Hi, we're up on the mezzanine for another interview. I pulled a good friend of DCD's over, Michael O'Neill. He's the principal analyst at InsightAsAService. He's over from Canada. You're more in the cloud world. However, the world's come together in certain senses. I want to find out what you think about the event, but more what presentations piqued your interest, what you've seen out there that can help people better navigate the industry.
Well, this event is terrific. There's a huge amount of energy around it and a great diversity of topics. I guess the one that caught my attention or captured my imagination best was the Microsoft presentation on Project Natick, where they talked about submerging a data center in the ocean and using free cooling and power for that submerged data center. You know, it's not necessarily going to revolutionize the way data centers are conventionally built and used, but every once in a while you see an idea that really captures your imagination and makes you think beyond the boxes that we build physically and figuratively around the data center industry, and that was one of them, so that was great.
Yeah, and I was in that presentation too. It's interesting. There was a TED Talk a number of years ago by a mathematician called, I think it's Brian Slavin. Got it up on the website. And he was talking that it was about algorithms in the natural world. If algorithms ruled the world, data centers would be in the middle of the seas because they want to be closest to they want to be in a perfect location for the different populations around the world. So
the middle of the sea is going to be tough, but the edge of the sea might work.
Some of these down.
And hey, I've got a property on a Great Lake. I'm hoping that they can, branch out into
you can become a colo.
Well. I could
in the garden.
And Lake Huron's a great big body of water.
It's cold. Yeah.
Even on the surface, Lake Huron is pretty cold.
What else? What other things have you?
Well, that really it's kind of hard to get past that. The first morning presentations where they talked about Watson and then Robert Scoble talked about virtual reality. Those were other presentations that really expanded my imagination. Some of that stuff is a little creepy, frankly, but the whole notion that the government wants to know when you're out of pattern and they know where you are all the time. But these are the real world issues that we're growing into, not just as an industry, but as a society.
Yeah.
As we branch out, beyond the conventional uses of technology into IoT and interconnected Internet of Everything that meshes one large data set with another in ways that we couldn't have imagined even 10 years ago, let alone whenever the laws that govern this stuff were written.
So, outside of the event, in your natural environment in Canada, with InsightAsAService, which is your company there, what kind of things are you working on? What are you analysing at the moment? What are the big trends?
So we run, as you know, the Toronto Cloud Business Coalition, which brings together leaders from the buy side, the sell side, the channel, academics, VCs, and other communities to co-create best practices on key issues in cloud use and adoption in Canada. We're bringing out a book next month with 10 of those reports integrated into it and have just launched 12 new working groups. We're spinning off new communities on IoT and analytics and big data because the whole world is pulling us there. And,
right.
In terms of what's really driving a lot of our work, hybrid IT is a huge part of this. In Canada and in the Caribbean, where we're pretty active, the idea of integrating cloud with on-premise infrastructure so that you don't have on-prem as your core platform of record with these weird cloud extensions, but instead of a platform that spans multiple different locations and management approaches so that you can allocate workloads as efficiently and as dynamically as possible. That's a huge trend at this point in Canada, and one that we see growing in other places. And there's a lot of new build in data centers to support that, especially in Montreal, where Microsoft and Amazon and a couple of big colo providers have announced new builds that add up to 600,000-700,000 square feet at this point.
Okay, so we've all got our work cut out, keeping atop of this industry.
And figuring out how it affects everything from how you book a cab to whether you're in pattern when you buy your lattes.
That was one, wasn't it? Well, hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you so
for sharing
much.
time
Thanks
with
for
us,
having
Michael.
us. This is a great event.
Thank you.